That's right. That's right, baby. That's right. Hello, goats. Welcome. We are planting some flags today. The running back flag plants. We are a go for launch. I could feel it. I could taste it. It wakes me up in the middle of the night. It's like the season is here.
Yes, it is, man.
We are.
When we get to this kind of stuff, yeah, we know we're getting close.
That's right. That's right. So, well, first things first. Alongside the commissioner himself, alongside the war chieftain himself. I am your shepherd, and this is the Fantasy Goats. Flag plants in just a few moments. We got our five, six running backs with a couple or a few honorable mentions. The order. Don't worry about the order. These are our guys. These are who we're going to war with this season in 2026. We're going to war. We will die on the hill with them. So we're gonna get to those in just a few moments. Let's do some housekeeping. Housekeeping. First things first. It's Flag Plants Week. All right. So we're doing the running backs today. This is Flag Plants Week. Next week, goats. It's not Labor Day weekend. It's
No,
not
it's
the
not.
it's not Labor Day week, but I do have a strong feeling that most fantasy football drafts are going to be taking place throughout next week or the weekend, either or. So we're getting you ready with all of your questions. We will be here for you next week. Draft advice. We'll just call it draft advice week. And then after that, it's September. And that's the Labor Day week. I figure we will do our final predictions. Final predictions. Jets 6-10, 6-11, 7-10. That stuff. All right. We'll get through the running back flag plants, and then we'll go through news and notes. We got a lot of news. We got a lot of notes. Also, lastly, and again, this is my PSA, and I'm not going to take too much time on this. What up, Quincy Goat baby? Is the Quincy not yet? Oh, for Jonathan Brooks. For the Jonathan Brooks. I don't want to drop Alec Pierce yet. But you're in a 10-teamer. You'll probably be able to get Alec Pierce back. You don't have an IR? Can't you put Alec Pierce on your IR? If he's on IR, I don't know how. Depends on how his settings are. I don't think he'd be asking if he can do that. Jonathan Brooks it almost made my list today, Quincy. Okay, that's how close. That's how close I am on Jonathan Brooks. But I like Alec Pierce also. I would pick him up. Pick up the running back. This is information overload. Overload. I'm not saying that it's bad information, but news, reporting, opinions, and we give opinion too, but we're telling you it's our opinion. We're also telling you when it comes to info, all you need is a couple of verified, trusted accounts that are verified and trusted.
Not Doug Freeman.
Not him, and not 4,000 others just like it. And what I mean by that, it's not that these are bad people, right? But like, why would you want to go to the source that has the least path, right? The least path between the actual shit and disseminating it. The least path. You don't want to get the information from the person who's getting it from the person who's getting it from the person. That's all. I could check Quincy Go, baby. Yeah, check. Yeah, so if you don't have to drop Alec Pierce, you don't have to. You could put him on an IR, and you could add Jonathan Brooks if you're already Jonathan Brooks in your league. Quincy Goat. Go get him. He almost made this list. He almost. Again, these are the flag plants, baby. I know they're corny flags. Just envision a real American flag being planted. A real war flag. Obviously there's players that we all have on here. So I mean, we could have one person talk about Bijan. I suppose, right? I mean, Bijan is Bijan.
Yeah.
What else? I don't know what else there is to say. Am I a little nervous about Bijan repeating?
No, he might do better this year.
I try to think of every outcome to where he could not succeed. Like I wanted, because I'm that much in love with the second guy on my list. I'm like, I really think he could have just an absolute bell cow season, right? And I'm still like, nah, Bijan's still just going to be the best. There's no way that Bijan's not going to finish one, barring injury. But no one wishes that.
All right. Well, also goats. Also, notice just for the goats. Notice I don't have numbers here, so I don't want this necessarily to be a ranking for you. I asked the stewards, I asked the commissioner, I asked JX. I'm like, just give me your 5 flag plants and give me some honorable mentions. It didn't matter to me what the order was. These are just who we're going to war with. We know Bijan's going 1 or 2 off the board. We know this already. I trust Bijan. How about that? I trust him.
I trust him wholeheartedly, man.
I trust the intelligence. I trust that he is now a fucking pro football running back. He is the premier running back. And Rhino just alluded to it. If you could believe it or not, there might still be some meat on this bone. I don't know if there is. But I don't think there would be such a bad precipitous drop either. How bad could it really be? If he goes from 20 points per game to 18 points per game? It's still an RB1 finish.
I think with Bijan, I think the one thing that I like about him is he's probably the number 3 target earner on the team, behind freaking London and Pitts. He's got an uptick in freaking.
Go ahead.
No, he's an uptick in targets this year because they don't have a really Johan Dawson and Zachariah Branch, but still, I still think that he's going to be the number 3 target earner on that team.
So, and you know how inconsistent Drake London's health can be.
Mm-hmm.
You know how Pitts can be inconsistent in health and sometimes in targets. So naturally through that, Bijan's probably going to finish second on the team in targets. He's probably going to end up having 90 targets. Maybe Drake London's 101, or even Kyle Pitts 101, and maybe Drake London has 80. But he's still going to find himself being such a high target earner just from the natural selection of his team.
All right, well, yeah, Bijan's Bijan, man. I mean, 40, 50 catches, sure. A handful of bombs, sure. When I bombs, I mean home runs, big explosives, the goal line. I'm more Tyler Algier, Brian Robinson. No, there's not much. There's nothing to pick at here. There's really nothing to pick at. All right, except for the team itself. Now, that's a different story. We can talk about them again in 2 weeks. All right. Well, I'm the lone man that doesn't have this next guy. I'm the lone man that does not have Jahmyr Gibbs. Just like I'm the lone person who has Skywalker. So where would you like to start? You want to talk to who wants to throw down on Jahmyr Gibbs? Is this just like a it's Bijan's evil brother? You know, they're both going to be married and tied to one another throughout the rest of their career. So I mean, I don't know. I've never had Gibbs. There's some players that I just don't draft. I don't know why. I just don't.
I mean,
Gibbs is one of them.
I'm a huge Jahmyr Gibbs fan. I was the first to buy. I was part of the first group to buy him his rookie year, the cheapest that he'll probably ever be.
Yep.
I drafted him. I drafted him at the 301 his rookie year, and at that time I was like, man, what a steal. he's going to win me this league, and he ended up winning me the league. But in my list here, it is in order.
Okay.
It's something about Gibbs not having Ben Johnson anymore that I think that his ceiling's kind of capped. Like the offensive play calling is not as consistent. I mean, he's still going to be great, but I just don't know if he's going to have that put that same type of fear in you like he has before. Also sharing carries. I think he's better sharing carries too. I don't think he's just a bell cow runner.
I don't think so either. But even with the stuff that he gets, he is so capable of just breaking one off to the house.
He's so efficient.
And he might be OC proof, because look what we went through last year with Dan Campbell, and I can't remember who it was the first like 5 or 6 games. And we know that Perzig likes to freaking run the ball, and he hasn't had somebody like Gibbs to like lean into, and Gibbs is going to get 70% of the freaking carries, and then plus his receiving upside.
I just don't know if
That's what I'm
that's. I mean, that's what's throwing a wrench with me is he going to be the same player having 18 carries versus 12? Because you knew those 12 carries were going to be electric. Like those, there could be 12 carries, 150 yards, and now it could be like 18 carries, 80 yards because they see him so much. I don't know.
I see what you're saying, but I still, until if proved to be otherwise, I'm still going to be, a Gibbs dude.
I mean, I'm still a Gibbs dude. Don't get me wrong. I love Gibbs.
Let me ask you another question. Taking this angle, does Jahmyr Gibbs benefit from the fact that he's on the Detroit Lions and they seem to always get like this crazy easy schedule every other year? Now, remember, Jahmyr Gibbs is only going into his 4th season. What up, Cam Daddy Goat, baby? The Cam Goat. Jahmyr Gibbs is only going, like Bijan. But like the Lions, again, every other year, they're playing like 3 or 4 outdoor games away. They seem to like get this type of easy schedule. Combine that with the fact that they always want to be really good up front. At least they want to be really good up front. And Penei Sewell happens to be one of the best. I mean, I saw him play last season. My God, Penei Sewell almost ran ahead of Jahmyr Gibbs. Like he was ahead of Jahmyr Gibbs for like 25 yards or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, see, that's it's a different argument for Bijan as far as I'm concerned. Yes, they're indoors also, but I mean, different division. Although, yes, that's a light division also. It seems like it's a harder path for Bijan than it seems to be for Jahmyr. Let's not forget this also. And I don't want to poo-poo this. I really don't. But Gibbs went kind of missing. He kind of went MIA a little bit last season, right? There was that one game. Where the hell were they? Where like it was late in the season. It was oh my God, it was like a Monday night game, a Sunday night game.
Doesn't just about every running back do that though?
Sure, but this is Jahmyr Gibbs. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is Superman. He's supposed to be Superman. Cam Daddy, baby. Cam Daddy, you ready, baby? Cam Daddy, I took a look at all of the leagues in the Fantasy Goats Invitational. I did. I took a look at all the leagues. I synced them up. That's right. I synced them. So this isn't me just like picking names out of a hat. So I took a look at the power rankings. Power standings, not standings. Power rankings per league. The Cam Daddy, the Dal Cow is up there in his league. So
yes, sir.
Yeah.
What up, Jamie?
Hey, let me take the music off. Let me shut the music.
So to your point, and I just wanted to confirm, and this is when he started seeing a whole lot of volume. But after he had 61.9 points against the Giants, he had 38, but then he finished with 11, 23, and 8 to finish the season. So it was a solid ending, but it wasn't the Gibbs like taking you home like he usually does. 61.
This guy had over 200 rushing with 2. And then he added another 12 catches or 11 catches, 45. Yeah, that's how does that happen? 11 catches on 45 yards with another touchdown. Yeah, that's lethal. That's lethal stuff. That's the stuff of RB1s and RB2s. Yes, okay. That next, where's that game, War Chief? It seemed like he disappeared though. Which game was that? Was that the Dallas game? No.
I mean, you could say no. He had 38 points against Dallas, but you could say he disappeared against Green Bay. He had 20 carries for 68 yards.
Yeah, that was a bad game.
Maybe I'm looking at coming out of the bye when he had Minnesota. Maybe I'm looking at that game, or maybe I'm looking at the game right after the Giants against Green Bay. Yeah. There's a little bit of nitpicking. It seemed to me like he kind of disappeared. Rhino, I like your flag pen.
Like I said, for me, like I said, it was just the end of the season. Like I said, for 2 years in a row, if you had Jahmyr Gibbs, he more likely won you a championship.
Yep.
And then this last season, like I say, coming off 61 points, you were like, oh, here it comes. Here it comes again. Monty got hurt on schedule. The offense was humming on schedule. And then, all right, we're gonna get like 40 6 weeks in a row. But he gives you, like I said, 13, 38, 11, 23, 8, and 22. Like week 17, you probably were looking for him to get you 25 points. He got you 7. You probably lost the championship game.
Which of those games was Amon Brown stayed out? He was out. He was out a couple of those games. So if that's the fact that they're probably stacking the box a little bit more than normal.
So Amon-Ra set. No, he played 17, 16, 15.
Okay.
14. He didn't play against Green Bay. Where he got hurt. He got hurt against Green Bay. That's when he got hurt.
Rhino's flag plans, man. Last year, 3 out of 5 came in. Like again, for top 5, if you want to call it top 5, we can call it a top 5. For me, this is who I'm betting on. This is who I'm betting on, Rhino. Cam Daddy Goat. This is who I'm betting on. I am going to bet on Saquon. I don't see anybody else here have Saquon. I'm going to bet on motherfucking Saquon. One of the faces of the NFL. Coming off of a down year. Okay, down year, 1,140 yards, 50 targets, 37 catches. I'll take 50 targets. 50 targets from Jalen. You want to talk about Rhino? You want to talk about maybe second or third in the pecking order here? Third in the pecking order of receiving?
Yep. You very well could be.
50 targets? Oh, okay. But this is on the down year coming off of the 2,000 rushing yards
And
in
horrible
2024. I think he's OC proof. How about that? I think he's Sirianni proof. I think he's Saquon Barkley. I do. I think he's Saquon mother-loving Barkley. And the best part about this one, he's already on record what he wants his goal to be. Okay, and this is a man that kind of like when you're looking at his eye, he's looking at your eye, really. It's a look of determination and like how he wants another Super Bowl. And he's on the team. He's on a team that could very well do it, or at least compete for it. Yeah, I'm all in. I'm all in, and I'm grinding my teeth. Because I don't have him yet. I haven't had the privilege of drafting him in the second round. Now in these casual in the home leagues drafts that are coming up or still have not kicked off. I don't know if Saquon's going to be that 1-2 turn or mid to late second round. I don't know. I don't see it, especially if you're on the Elon machine or Instagram, and you're seeing all the highlights and the reports. Again, highlights, reports and highlights and commentary and opinions and information reports. All you need is a handful of trusted, verified accounts to follow. Doesn't mean you don't follow the rest because they're good people. No, just you don't need to get the info from them. Anyway, that's Saquon, man. That's Saquon. We could go through this. We could go through all the years, but I don't think it's not necessary. 2024 was his big year, but he's well, let me put it to you this way: in 2020, he totally missed. 2020 he totally missed, and then he also had a few games off in 2021 with the Giants. 2023, 14 games. He had a sprained ankle most of the time. 2023. Or I had him that year. That's how I know. It was a Saquon Austin Eckler double stack derby that season in one of my leagues. Where I know one of these dummy leagues. It was a Saquon Eckler, kind of like at the 1-2 time. Eckler too that was a bust year. Anyway, that's why I got Saquon on the list.
So you're not nervous about CMC and the tightness at all?
Well, I was going to get to CMC, but I was going to let War Chief maybe go to another elder statesman after A-Chain, or maybe even you want to go on Hampton. We all have Chase, right? No. We all have Chase.
I do want to say about Saquon.
Please.
Saquon is because you say you don't have any of them. He's in a weird spot, right? Like where he's being drafted. He doesn't really stick out as a value pick.
Mm-mm.
But also it's like the people around him are like just so much more shinier.
Yep.
More shiny. He's a tough pick right now. Where's his ADP at right now? He says a 1-2 turn.
2, 3.
I'm in a draft right now, and when we just finished the second round, going to the third. He hasn't been picked yet.
Like late second feels like a value, but he never makes it there.
See, and a lot of the drafts, I'm seeing him going past the third round, fourth and fifth round sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, so I want to address this with Cam because I get it. There is like a kind of like a stigma, sort of attached to it, and I would have thought that Saquon would have shaken this off by now because let's just take from 2022. From 2022, it's only 3 games missed. In 2024, he played 16. In 2025, he played 16. I kind of feel like that was week 18 being not playing week 18. If it's 16 games in 2024, he probably didn't play the final game with the in that season. So in 2023, it's 14 games. That's going to be 2 to 3 games missed. And then 2022 is 16 games. So yeah, I get it, but let's take the second half. Let's take the second half of his career. The first half of the career, yes, there was a catastrophic 2020 injury, and he probably, if I remember correctly, didn't start this season, the following season, but he still missed. He still only played 13 games. I think he's good. Brother. And here's the other thing. Oh my God! And I'm not a doctor, but this is what I think about.
I would draft him over CMC. No hesitation.
No. Let me get back. I want to get back to this before my next thought. Before I lose it. The ADP, War Chief, you don't think that's a value in the second round for a guy that's led the league in rushing? I mean, that's not second round. He's good, isn't he? Going right? He's going in the same tier, the same range with King, the elder statesman.
There, a lot of the drafts I've seen them both going in the fourth and fifth. I picked up Henry in the freaking 7th round, one draft. 7th round, I got him.
Well, all right, let's put our redraft and our now home league fellows. Let's put that cap on.
So I mean, I'm just so where I'm looking at. So he's around ADP of mid second, but I'd much rather have Drake London, Devon A. Chain, Pickens, Brown, Bowers.
Mhm.
I much rather have. They just
Yes. Yeah, okay. Good point. Great point, actually. Because of the amount of running backs, right, that are going in that first round, it's a bull running back year.
yeah.
Now
So like
6, 7, 8 running backs in the first round. Coming back around is where we start grabbing a couple of wide receivers. That may push.
And I think that's what's happening.
yeah.
They're
That
pushing,
may
and then
push them down a
not
little
just
bit.
yeah, not just wide receivers, but then you have people that are drafting the Trent McBrides, the Colson Lovelands,
Josh Allen,
yeah, Josh Allen's and
right?
the core, especially Superflex. You're seeing,
All right, I'm totally buying that. But I think we would all agree if Saquon is sitting there, late second, 2-3 turnish,
Oh
then
yeah, give
you're
me
not
Saquon
going to
all
go
day.
for 16.45 and 10 touches. Book it, baby, book it.
yeah.
All right, well, let's talk. Let's go ahead. Let's talk about the Chargers, and let's talk about Marion Hampton.
I'm not.
I
Yeah,
know
people.
you got Hampton.
And I'm pretty sure you guys knew that was going to happen. I'm pretty sure you guys knew who most of my players are going to be because I talk about some of these but I just love the freaking system. I love what he can do in the McDaniel system. Look what A-Chain did. I'm not comparing him to A-Chain because he doesn't have the same speed, but he's the bigger back than A-Chain. I'm not buying this. I'm playing a hot hand bullshit that McDaniel put out because he's never done. He's always used just pretty much one running back. How often did we see Ollie get the ball last year or Jalen Wright get the ball last year? Not very often. So Hampton's going to get 70%, and plus he gets a receiving upside, plus a freaking solid offensive line, and plus a freaking solid passing game that they're not going to be able to stack the box because they have to freaking sit back and watch for the pass. He could easily, I think, between 1,600 and 1,800 yards of scrimmage this year.
Yeah, I mean, this is year 2. I mean, year 2, he could totally break out. I get the Mike McDaniel thing. I do. I am a little buying into the hot hand approach. I am a little bit, but I don't think that necessarily means that Hampton still may not have a solid ass season, even with a little
Exactly.
Kamani, a little Keaton. I really do like A-Chain in 2023 didn't start off like that with McDaniel. It didn't just happen like in week 1. Like A-Chain absolutely had to prove himself.
And I think Hampton's a more complete back than A-Chain. What I mean by that, I think he's a better runner than A-Chain. A-Chain's a better pass catcher, but I think Hampton's probably a better all around.
Or Chief.
Better running back. I know he doesn't agree with that.
What Chief? I see.
No,
the
yeah, no,
expression.
I understand what he's trying to
No,
say.
I do. I do.
What I said, not try. I said. Did I stutter? Did I stutter?
No, yeah, you're right. No, what you said was I agreed to an extent. It's just that we haven't seen it yet.
No,
We haven't seen it yet. But I'm not going to discount the running ability of A-Chain and him having 5 yards of carry, and he's gotten so much better as a runner. He's an elite runner now. To go along with an elite receiver. I haven't seen it in Mary Hampton do it yet. He has the body, he has the build. He's more known to be an inside of tackles runner, but we just haven't seen it yet because of injury.
I'll give you that. I will.
Let me split the difference here. How about we haven't yet seen it with Devon A-Chain without McDaniel. So this will be the first year that we really get to see. There's no doubt in my mind that he is going to probably be ran into the ground. And I don't know about not 40, but there's nobody else on that team. We're going to find out what this guy does.
Yeah, especially because they'll be stacking the box big time against freaking the Dolphins.
Tied to a different offensive line system and offensive coordinator, period. Now let's take that over to the West Coast. And Madison Beer and Blondie, and I love Blondie, and I love that Madison Beer even more. But now we have to see if the man genius, what he's going to do with his 3 horses. And he's got the one thoroughbred. We think he's the thoroughbred.
Yeah, and I still think you're going to see a
then we got
17,
we got the
15,
Philly.
something like that. You know, because you can't just run Hampton. That's why. Maybe 65 at the very least. I think it'd be 65, 70. And we saw glimpses of it last year when he was healthy, and then when the O-line was healthy too. Even with O-line bad, he was putting pretty good numbers up when he got back.
So I mean, like, there's a lot of stuff that's going in his favor. There's a lot of stuff that's going in his favor. To me, it makes me nervous that there are other mouths. The offensive line doesn't make me nervous, and Mike McDaniel doesn't make me nervous. So, like, all right, okay, what if Hampton's really going to have to prove it? He's really going to have to prove it. Now, Devon A-Chain, I don't know if he really. We're going to find out based on his environment. That's a different story. Marion Hampton, again, it's being handed to him on a silver platter. In what's projected to be one of the best offenses in the league. Frosty. What up, Frosty, baby? Frosty goes. So many guys dropping like flies. It happens. It happens in preseason. These guys don't play at all, and they get dinged up and banged up. And I'm going to maintain for fantasy purposes, I want it done now. I want you hurt if you're going to be hurt now. I don't want it in week 10, Frosty.
No, Ibuka has a sprained toe. He's fine. He doesn't have turf toe. He does.
I think it's turf toe. I know that. I think that's turf toe. What's turf toe? It's like in your toe, your ligament, your spray. It's like it's
plantar fasciitis.
That's even worse, I think. Plantar fasciitis.
They all hurt. They all hurt.
That's even worse. That turf toe, I think they're trying to avoid that word, so they're going to use something else. But it's really, I think it's turf toe. I do. And that's pain. That's gonna be a pain tolerance thing with him. It's gonna be a pain tolerance. Breece Hall with a little groin. We're gonna get to Breece Hall in a little bit, Frosty baby.
Weeks, not months.
If that offensive line stays healthy, that's the main thing for him. I think that offensive line. There's no reason for them not to. Like, I don't want to. The last thing we're gonna do here is project injury.
Right.
So if they're healthy right now, it's full go for Slater, full go for Alt, and those are really the only two that I know. To be completely honest. Honorable mention for Rhino is Breece Hall. I want to talk about this guy because this is going to be like it's almost like what we're talking about with Hampton, almost, kind of, sort of. Tied to an offensive coordinator. We've been talking about Frank Reich now for weeks, months. We're talking about Frank Reich and the Jets, Penny and the Jets, and Breece, and he got paid, and Breece, what we've seen from Breece, and it's going to be Breece. It's going to be Breece. I want it to be Breece really bad, and I don't really think this groin is going to really do that much of a difference, really be that much of a hinder. But Rhino, War Chief, over the weekend, I was digging. Before this injury, for Christ's sakes. I was like, I should have done it. I was in my bag, my hole. I was in the rabbit hole. Frank Reich. Now we talk about Frank Reich and we talk about his history as an offensive coordinator and the head coach and this and that. Frank Reich was also the offensive coordinator for the Eagles championship team in 2017.
Yeah.
That was like a three-headed monster. Now, the good news is he was the offensive coordinator of a Philadelphia Eagles offense that won the Super Bowl. That's the good news about this. So, like, yeah, he knows how to maximize offense. The bad news is it was like Corey Clement and Darren Sproles and LeGarrette Blount, and it was Jay Ajayi was on that team. I mean, like, it was a sick rotation, sick, and I don't mean like crazy, like wow. I mean like
Nasty.
Now he got Braylon Allen ripping 40-yarders off just like he did last season in the preseason. Breece Hall now is a little bit of a going. I don't really think the Jets really give a rip who's playing well for them at this point and who's paid at this point. I want it to be done for Breece. I want it to be Breece. I think Breece is still going to get the bulk of it. I do. And I'm Breece man.
Even the bulk would be like 60%. When Frank Wright was with the Colts, I guess I said it. I did a deep dive into him. 2,000 yards from scrimmage from Jonathan Taylor.
Different players. Jonathan Taylor is Jonathan Taylor. We got different players.
But I'm just saying, there's proof right there that he can.
There's proof of yes. There's proof there that he can get the best out of what's.
I think Antonio Gates had his best season as a tight end when Frank Wright was there.
He could get the best out of the play out of the personnel. Well, let's call it what it is, right?
Yep.
Okay, and again, I 16, 10, 4, 16. We need Breece to be doing 15, 14 PPR. That's what we want Breece to do. If Breece Hall is going to get 12 points per game on average, I don't know if that even pays off where he's being drafted.
No, that's not cutting it.
And maybe that's why he's being drafted there. All right, let's move on. I'm like this for Breece. I am. If you want Frosty, you want to draft. You have Breece Hall, Frosty? Go take a look at Braylon Allen. What up, Ryan, baby? Ryan Goat. Tyler Algier lives, doesn't he? He still lives, War Chief. Tyler Algier. It's like the gift that keeps on giving.
Tyler Algier was never dead.
He's never dead.
He was never dead.
Give me this one sticking out like a sore thumb here. I'm sorry, but let's go. I mean, if you're going to die with Bucky again, War Chief. Then
you know what's funny is last year I had Bucky on my top 5, and you guys didn't. Now this year, JX has it.
Just really quick, Ryan, about Algier. So, hold on, seriously. So, LaFleur has come from the Rams, and every Rams coordinator to move on, they have all learned the ways of Sean, and they've implemented it wherever they go. Jeremiah Love played into the second quarter, and everyone's like, why? And it's back to what I said months ago.
You look good.
He has to learn to be a better running back. He's an incredible athlete, but he has to get reps. He has to. So it's going to be Algier for the first 4 weeks of the season, and then Jeremiah Love's going to take over from there.
Amazing. And Tyler, Jeremiah Love, I'm not sure how much this injury would even, drop his average draft position. I mean, it was already in the third, and that's where it should have been.
Our friend Rugby Rob, I'm doing the Rhino Rebels 2 draft right now. He went CMC in the first, and then Jeremiah Love in the second.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it.
My man is literally on the edge of the mountain, ready to just jump to the other side.
I love it. Rugby.
I'm
I'm gonna die on the hill with Rugby Rob. I'm completely fine with that. I'm completely fine with that. Bucky, and the Tampa Bay Bucks.
He's coming back.
And I can see it though, Jax. That's the thing too. I can see this just because of Zach Robinson.
Yep.
I trust Zach Robinson.
Yep. So that's the reason why I put him in there at 5. I'm a big fan of Kenny Gainwell on offense too, but I don't think it takes away from Bucky. I just think it adds another element to their offense. Bucky Irving, and just like how Jahmyr Gibbs is, I think Bucky's better when he has less carries and he's more optimal in the opportunities he's given. His first year, he wasn't a lead back in that offense. It was Rachaad White, then Bucky, and then Bucky got a little better, but it still was Rachaad White, Bucky, Rachaad White. So I like him better when he doesn't have all the load on his back to carry the offense. He's still an excellent receiver out of the backfield, and just like Rhino said, Zach Robinson knows how to get the ball to the running back in the best opportunities possible, and I think Bucky's going to flourish because of that.
Michael Goat. If you had the 3rd pick and Bijan falls to you, you take him, Chase, Puka, or JSN. I'm taking Bijan.
I'm absolutely taking Bijan.
If you ever thought me the 3rd pick and Bijan falls to you, who went 1 and 2? Gibbs.
Yeah, that's the question. Who went 1 and 2?
Do you take him? Who else? Who went with Gibbs?
Josh Allen and Gibbs, probably.
If Chase, Puka, or JSN didn't get picked in the top 2, who possibly CMC? I'm guessing.
Could be.
I mean, don't think
Howard.
Michael B. Goats. If Bijan falls to you and you want the hammer running back, you take the hammer running back in Bijan. If Bijan and Chase fall to you and you want the motherfucking hammer wide receiver who's going to score 23 touchdowns this season, you take Jamar Chase. And then coming back around in the 2nd and the 3rd, you start grabbing backs and building them like that. So this is just a question of how you want to construct your roster, Goatski.
Yeah.
That's all this is, because they're both going to freaking smash. The real question, who took 2nd? Probably CMC. I mean, that's not.
Omar, what's up, brother?
It's not a bad. I mean, I'm curious, Frosty. What up, Omar?
Yeah.
Goat baby, the dog. What a dog, Goat Omar. What up, baby? Has there been any sort of word if DMO would be a bell cow for the? Oh, I know. Here he is. Of course, he's a bell cow. As close. Let me put it this way: as close to bell cow as you could say bell cow. Maybe we get bell cow usage in certain spots. Maybe we get bell cow usage, weeks 14, 15, 16, whatever, if the schedule's a little light for Monty. I know they're going to want to use Woody Marks, and that's okay because it's going to give Monty some time where he doesn't have to take the full load. But let's not make a mistake here. This is an upgrade over them having Woody Marks being that premier guy last season. This is like Joe Mixon 2.0. Joe Mixon 2024 2.0, maybe a little less of the pass catching, maybe not though, right? Won't you?
He has the chops. He has the chops.
Dave Montgomery's a professional. He's a professional.
And as the Joe Mixon thing, I think the one thing that Monty has on him that on Joe Mixon is less wear and tear.
Less wear and tear. That's for
He has less tread. Yeah, he has more tread on those tires to freaking burn.
What an observation. Seriously, because Joe Mixon was that bell cow in Cincinnati for years. For years. Monty's got a lot left in the tank. That's why I love him. I don't even know why he's an HM, but we're gonna leave him there as an HM. We're gonna smash him in the 5th round everywhere. His ADP has not moved yet, and I don't anticipate it moving either.
Yeah. And JT is honorable mention by War Chief.
Yeah, he is honorable mention by me. he doesn't get enough credit for carrying the Colts the first 8 weeks of the season. Like Daniel Jones gets too much credit. Everyone goes, well, when Daniel Jones was no, Jonathan Taylor had almost 1,000 yards in 8 games, and he ran for 6 yards a carry through the first 8 games of the season. Daniel Jones was playing okay, but man, like Jonathan Taylor was on another level. I think I wanted to put Jonathan Taylor higher. I really did. I wanted to put him in the top 5, but I don't trust Daniel Jones' health. As much as I love Alec Pierce, I don't trust that situation either. It feels like defenses are really going to be, focusing on Jonathan Taylor to slow him down and hoping that Daniel Jones just kind of has to will them to victory, which I don't think he can do.
Would you rather have Swift or Monty? Foster wants to know.
Monty.
That was a Swift.
Monty.
I think I'd do Swift too.
Swift.
Yeah.
Better offense. Better offense. Chicago will be probably moving the ball better. But I'd rather have the Monty tandem with Marks versus having a tandem of DeAndre Swift with this guy. With this guy. Hold on. This is the guy. This is the guy in Chicago. That's why. That's the only reason. It's the only reason why I don't want Swift, although I do have Swift on a dynasty. I do.
But
No, I got Swift in another dynasty. I'm a Swift guy. Let's not make bones about it. I like him. I'm not in love with him like CMC's my son. He's not my son because Kaminunga is coming. Kaminunga again. He's a casualty of some preseason banged up, bruised up. Yeah, I saw the most ridiculous thing today, just a little while ago. Again, this is what I'm talking about. See, I'm trained to decipher what is bullshit and what's not. I am. A bone bruise is a fracture. That's what I saw today.
What?
A little while ago.
A bone bruise is a fracture, huh?
A bone bruise is a fracture. This is for Kaminunga, the hyperextended knee. A bone bruise is a fracture. Small fracture, but a fracture. Anyway.
I don't like it.
I would go. They're basically going in the same round. So you pick your Coke or Pepsi, Coke or Pepsi. Pick your soda.
So what made you pick Bucky over Chase? Jax?
I just think Bucky has that higher upside. That's all. Chase is such a safe pick. I feel like he's a solid top 7. Like he can finish anywhere from 4 to 7. Last year I had him pretty high. Well, I had him 3, but he started so slow and then he finished extremely high. But now I just think Bucky's going to have a more consistent pace. That's all. We're splitting hairs here, though.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, I think what we're looking for with Chase is the fact that Joe Burrow and that Bengals offense is moving. If they're moving, if they're leading in games, God forbid they're leading in a freaking game. Anyway, we could see a much better. We could see a much better season with Chase Brown.
Yeah,
I mean,
Burrows said that. I don't know why we're not using him as a bell cow. He's a 3-down back.
There you go. The owner of the team spoke. All right. Who else? Did we cover everybody? King.
Yeah.
I mean, the king. The king is the king.
So you have Skywalker and I have Genty.
No.
And I can see Skywalker too. I can see Skywalker being a top 5.
Skywalker. I mean, it's the Chiefs. It's Eric, the enemy. His son, the enemy.
The enemy.
I mean, look. The enemy has turned some rushers into like some really good ones, right? I mean,
He did a Kareem Hunt.
He did a little Kareem. He did a little Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He can do a little something with the running backs. He
The
absolutely
best
can.
Pacheco,
He had did he have? Yes, he had Pacheco.
but it was
He
the
did have
best Pacheco.
Yeah.
He drafted Pacheco. He drafted Cameron guy.
Money guy.
He went to the same well.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you know they give like their coaches picks late. He went back to the same well.
The enemy. I need to get the same chopped cheese from the same place.
He went to the same freaking well. He went to the Rutgers well in the same round. But here's the thing though. Here's what Bieniemy's really good at, and this is coming off of like, you know, someone else is talking about Eric Bieniemy. He really coaches you up on like where to like take your angles and, you know, all the nuances of the running back position. Just like we were talking about with the wide receiver last week and Darnell Mooney. Same shit. It's a shit that you're not going to see him be coaching on the sideline during a game. It's what he's doing in a room with you. All right. I mean, then Kenny Skywalker's been around some good coaches too, but look, I think he's going to be more involved in the passing game, and that's what we want. We want him on the goal line. That's what we want. We want the Chiefs' offense to be back to offense.
I'll say so. Genty, and I love the freaking Kubiak system. I think Genty's going to eat. I've said this. He could have almost 1,700 yards from line of scrimmage. He's going to eat. The one thing I will say about both Skywalker and Genty, they got some strong RB2s behind them with freaking Emmett Johnson and Mike Washington. Those boys look good this weekend. They look good. I'm not sure how much going to eat into theirs, but they look good.
You know, I like to. I think it's this game. So, I don't think he's going to disappoint, but like, I understand what you're saying, Ryan. He's not your cup of tea. He's not your soda brand. Neither is he for me. Genty will be fun this year. I think I like Genty also. If I were to put another HM here, it would be for either Genty or it would be for Cook or Brees. I like a lot of these guys, but if we keep going, then we're coming up with a top 12. This is who we're dying. This is who we're dying with.
Yeah.
Fantasy guy.
Fantasy guy. I mean, like, there's gonna be running backs that don't finish top 5 that are winning your leagues. You could end up having Kyron, Genty, and another guy like Swift, and you can win your league, and none of them dudes finish top 5. Like that's high level the running back position is.
Would you take Javonte or Scatterboo over Jacobs?
Yes, I'll take both over Jacobs.
Yeah, same here.
Oh man, talk about folders right now. If we were to take a look at the ADPs, the ADP rises and falls, Josh Jacobs just looking shittier and shittier. Javonte's not bad. Speaking of Javonte, the Cowboys, how about Von Miller? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and goats. All right, those are the running back flag. Plants. This is who, at least me, my sons, all my kids are on there. Saquon's not really my kid, but I think he's going to have a really good season, even if I don't get him with the few drafts that I have left. I think he's going to have a really good season.
How many drafts do you have left?
I have the Rebels. That's a full one. I have I got the rookie draft, right? The rookie draft is coming. And the 2 home leagues. The auction, my auction keeper, and the regular redraft. The prize leagues. Might do the draft here. Might do the auction draft live, coach. I might. I don't know if I can do it though. I don't know. Yet to be determined. All right. That's it. What else we got here, man? What else? I mean, I told you, this is the thing. Make sure all you guys like. Did you hit that like? You know that like helps us. It does. Yeah. If you're just listening, watching for the first time, if you made it this far, subscribe. Join us on the highway. I hope Josh Jacobs doesn't get suspended.
I think if he does, it'll be next year.
Do you think they're finished with that round that they did, or is it a round, or is it like, okay, that's it? I don't know if they're finished. I just don't know.
So that's why I think if they're still looking into it, that's why I think it's to be next year. I don't think the closer it gets the season, I think the closer it'll be to next year if it happens for him and Puka. And then you can't forget about the linebacker for Denver, Cooper. You know.
Well, right, all players. So I'm like, do you think like, okay, like we'll do half of them now, and then we'll do another half next week? I mean, I don't know. That stuff would be full on speculation here. Yeah. Full on. I don't know if they're done. Even if they're not, if Marshawn Lloyd remains healthy, he's going to play a role. He's going to play a role with Jacobs if he stays healthy. Imagine that. What a coincidence. Marshawn Lloyd now all of a sudden looks like the healthiest individual in the NFL. All of a sudden. Let's hope that he stays. Let's hope that it stays that way. They drafted him what round? Third round a few years ago. You know, that's a day 2 pick.
Put Cam's comment back up there.
Cam Daddy?
Yeah.
Genty?
No, that one. You were a big Neighbors guy last year. You still up on him this year?
Fuck yeah.
So yesterday we were fucking back. And then today we are more fucking back than we were yesterday. So yes, I am still big on Malik Neighbors. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, holy smokes, Cam Daddy Goat.
Every day that passes by is more days that Malik Neighbors gets healthy, which is more days that we're more fucking back than we were the day before. Absolutely.
Holy smokes.
Absolutely. He did team drills for the first time today. We are so back.
I gotta check my sleeper, man. I mean, I just sometimes at night I count how many leagues I have Malik right now.
And Michael Goat, no, I'm not taking Von Miller in an IDP league. He's going to be there for he's just there as a player's coach. That's it. He'll be limited snaps. So no, I'm not. Too many other people.
If Von is out there, he's out. Let's say he's out there. I think he'd be benefiting the other players just for being out there, right? I mean, you have to account for him, don't you? I mean, I get it that he's like older than dirt. But like you have to at least account for Von Miller, and that might get Lawrence.
If it's a deep league,
then
I'll go like a late round flag.
I wouldn't be drafting
on Von Miller, but otherwise I'm not drafting. There's two other linebackers, younger ones that are freaking kicking ass. So I mean,
I don't think we need to draft Von Miller in IDP.
No.
See, this is no. You know what? Never mind. I said my piece. Just going through some news and notes. Kittles really does have a chance to be ready week 1 from the insiders. All right.
Good to hear.
All right. And Christian really is dealing with tightness. God, Christian McCaffrey gonna miss a motherfucking game.
That's not good.
Okay, where's the tightness? They won't even tell you where the tightness is, but I don't care. I don't need to know. It's misinformation is what it is. It's on purpose. It's like we're gonna say tightness because that's the least we have to say. And you're gonna rest. You're gonna relax. And where there's no cameras, no media, if you want to practice, you practice. If not, we know you're ready. Here's the other thing I want to mention.
It's the same. It's almost like the same song and dance as it was 2 years ago.
We knew it was a calf. We knew it was a calf 2 years ago, right? Like he's dealing with a sore calf. We knew it was a calf. But anyway, I'm not worried. I'm ready to die with my son. I'm gonna die on my son. I may wait and save this for the quarterback sneak preview teaser. Brock Purdy. Here's the other thing. They may be anticipating it, and Brock Purdy's just gonna fucking take off. Like, you know what? We are going to throw our way into playoff contention. Mike Evans, give us what you got. If that's 10 games, goodbye. You, whoever you are, Debo, 1,500 yards. That's what's going to happen with the Niners. They're going to throw their way into it if they have to. And I think they're anticipating. They'd be crazy not to. They know the history. They know his injury. They know the league. They know all this. They're anticipating it. Anything that CMC could give them is just gravy on top. But he's going to give them everything that he's got, and he's going to be on the field 17 games. No practice all season. Tomorrow, Goats, wide receivers or quarterbacks. What do you want to do? Quarterbacks or wide receivers? Goats, real quick. Cam Daddy, Ryan, Michael B., anybody here. What do you want to see tomorrow? What do you want to talk about? Quarterbacks? Wide receivers? Dak, Purdy. Oh, it looks like Michael B. Goat's already weighing in. That's it. We'll see you tomorrow night. All right?